The movie begins with a 14-year-old girl named Reina, who is brought to the hospital by her mother for treatment. Her full name is Reina Takahashi. At the same time, Haru also comes to the same hospital for a checkup. After examining Haru's reports, the doctor tells him that he has a brain tumor. If it's left untreated, it could become fatal, and he only has about 3 years left. Haru asks the doctor if he can fully recover after getting the operation. The doctor explains that the tumor is in a dangerous location, and the surgery could leave him paralyzed or cause serious memory loss. Hearing this, Haru is devastated. Just then, the receptionist calls out the name Takahashi. Haru turns around because his surname is also Takahashi, but the call is actually for Reina. Reina doesn't want to undergo treatment, so her mother forcibly takes her away. Now, 3 years pass, and Reina has grown into a beautiful young woman. Because of her looks, she has gained a lot of confidence, and she uses that beauty to her advantage. She seduces middle-aged men, sleeps with them part-time, and gets a lot of money out of them. In high school, a girl named Yumi is being bullied by a group of girls led by Naomi. Reina steps in and saves her. Reina's presence is so strong that even Naomi can't say anything in front of her. After that, Reina reaches out to the innocent Yumi and brings her into her group, which already has Mina and Risa. Reina starts taking Yumi to pubs and discos. The innocent Yumi gets impressed by Reina's high-profile lifestyle. Once Yumi gets used to this new way of living, Reina tells her that none of this comes for free, everything has a cost. Yumi is so amazed by Reina's lavish lifestyle that she becomes eager to follow the same path. Reina gives Yumi a makeover, and then she tells her that she works as a paid date for wealthy, middle-aged men. She says she offers one-night entertainment services that pay well and help her maintain a good lifestyle. Reina emotionally manipulates Yumi by telling her that everyone in their group does the same kind of work. Mina and Risa are also involved, and if Yumi wants to stay in the group, she has to do it too. Poor Yumi falls for her trap and agrees to start paid dating. Reina sends Yumi on her first date through her boyfriend and takes a commission from it. Yumi is happy with the money and the lifestyle it brings. Besides her boyfriend, Reina also has a girlfriend. She is friendly with Naomi, and now it becomes clear that both Reina and Naomi are involved in trapping Yumi. Meanwhile, Haru is counting down the days until his death. He has only 144 days left, and he feels he needs to prepare everything before he dies so that no one suffers after he's gone. He takes photos of what feels like his funeral, full of sadness and pain, and sends the film to be developed. But the photo studio owner mixes up the surnames. Haru's photos are sent to Reina, and Reina's photos are sent to Haru. When Reina sees Haru's serious and mysterious face in the photos, something stirs in her heart. She decides to call him to exchange the pictures. That evening, in the pouring rain, Reina waits for Haru. A thug comes by and starts bothering her, using the rain as an excuse. Reina hands him her umbrella and pushes him away. When she sees Haru coming from a distance, her heart starts racing, and she feels like a romantic song is playing inside her. But her beauty doesn't seem to affect Haru at all. He tells her that if the studio owner hadn't made the mistake, they wouldn't have had to go through this whole ordeal. Reina is surprised. Meeting Haru is a joy for her, but he seems to see it as a problem. They exchange their photos and part ways. Reina, for the first time in her life, realizes that her beauty has no effect on this man. Now, as Haru is about to leave, she asks him if he can drop her at the station with his umbrella. Haru agrees. This is exactly what she wanted. She wanted a chance to get to know this strange, handsome man. 17-year-old Reina has always judged men's personalities according to her age, but the tall, 6'1" Haru immediately catches her attention. She keeps talking nonstop on the way, but Haru doesn't seem interested in the conversation at all. Suddenly, while they are walking, Haru collapses. Reina quickly takes him to a nearby hospital. After leaving the hospital, she hopes to see him again, but Haru shows no interest in meeting her. Later, he learns from a nurse that she had waited outside for 4 hours until he regained consciousness. He should at least thank her, she thinks. That evening, Reina is busy flirting with her client when she gets a call from Haru. He wants to thank her. Reina feels overjoyed hearing from him and rushes to the hospital, leaving her client behind. Haru doesn't understand why she came all the way to the hospital for such a small thing. Reina tells him she was worried. Haru asks, "Why worry so much about a stranger?" Reina replies, "You look shy and sad, and your face, it's like you've given up on life." Haru is stunned that a stranger could understand him so well after meeting him just once. He says, "You've guessed everything about me right, but my height isn't 6 feet 1 inch. It's just 6 feet. Reina laughs, and Haru laughs back. It had been ages since he'd laughed so openly. Haru is a history professor. The next day, while teaching at college, he is shocked to see Reina sitting in his class. She tries to distract him with her charm. Reina asks Haru to tutor her in history because she is weak in the subject. Haru asks, "Why me?" She simply replies, "Because I saved your life." Poor Haru can't say no. Reina tells her friends that she plans to win over the professor and even take him on a date. The next day, she begins trying to charm Haru. But suddenly, a woman comes to see him. Reina can tell from the woman's body language that she and Haru share a long-standing friendship. Seeing this, Reina feels disappointed. Haru introduces Reina to the woman as just an ordinary student. He even calls Reina Mia instead of her real name. Upset, Reina leaves. Her friend tells her, if you're being childish, remember the professor is mature. He's twice your age. If you want to make him fall for you, you have to rise to his level. He won't meet you halfway. The next day, Reina lets go of all her grievances. She comes to Haru and starts taking tuition lessons from him. The tuition is really just an excuse for Reina, but Haru takes it seriously because he truly loves history. His energetic and passionate teaching impresses Reina. After the lesson, Reina mischievously tells Haru that she wants to apologize to his girlfriend for her behavior that day. Haru laughs and corrects her, saying that he doesn't have a girlfriend. She is actually his cousin, Misaki. Reina is overjoyed to hear this. Even on their way home in the evening, Reina keeps following Haru. She tells him, if this isn't a date, at least take me to a restaurant. To make her happy, Haru agrees and takes her to a restaurant. For Reina, those moments feel like a date. Haru asks her, why me for a date? You could go with anyone. Reina replies, what's wrong with you? Haru stays silent. Reina asks him, you have no friends, no girlfriend at all. How do you even manage living alone? Haru answers, with friendship and love comes commitment, something I can't give. Reina smiles and says, from today on, I am your girlfriend, even without any commitment. Haru hesitates, but you're half my age, so I'm not thinking about that. Reina tells him, yes, I'm half your age, but not in my thoughts. After saying goodbye that night, Reina starts planning their next date. Haru promises her that if she does well in her history class, he'll take her out again. Despite Reina's sweet gesture, Haru feels deeply sad inside. They stand on different platforms at the subway station. Reina waves goodbye in a childish, carefree way. People around them start staring, which makes Haru self-conscious, but Reina doesn't care at all. This is the start of a complicated relationship between 17-year-old Reina and 34-year-old Haru. Reina is lost in thoughts about Haru. The respect she always hoped for from other men, she found in Haru's eyes. Her friend notices that Reina is acting differently. At first, they think she's just trying to impress the professor to win a bet. But the truth is, she's actually falling completely in love with him. One evening, Reina tells her boyfriend that she has fallen in love with someone else. This time, she's serious. Instead of getting angry, her boyfriend is happy. He tells her that she's no longer a childish girl, she's grown into a woman, and true love can change a person in this way. However, Reina's words anger her girlfriend, Naomi. She doesn't want to end her relationship with Reina under any circumstances. She tells her, I've done everything for you, and now, when the time comes, you're leaving me for yourself. Reina simply apologizes and leaves Naomi with her credit card and apartment keys. With that, Reina's romantic journey begins, as she also continues her tuition. Finally, the history exam results are announced, and Reina doesn't do very well. She hesitantly shows her paper to Haru. Seeing significant improvement, Haru is pleased and rewards her hard work with 100 marks. Feeling happy, Reina reminds him that it's time for the promised date. The next day, they meet at the place where they first met. Reina tells Haru that today she's ready to go anywhere with him. Haru takes her to a site where a major battle once happened. When he sees a memorial to a warrior, he feels overjoyed. At first, Reina is a little bored, but later she goes along with Haru's plans. Seeing him happy makes her happy too. Holding her hand, Haru makes Reina feel a special kind of romance. Later, Reina gives her friends the t-shirts she bought at the historical site. Her friends get excited when they put them on. She tells them about her romantic date, but when she shows them the photos, they're disappointed. Most of the pictures are just of trees and leaves, with no romantic shots. That night, Reina goes to Naomi's house and gives her a t-shirt, which makes Naomi really happy. Naomi shares that she currently lives with her mom's boyfriend, who treats her badly. Reina and Haru start getting closer romantically. Haru can't resist kissing her, which makes Reina even happier. Later, she gives Haru a suit she picked out for him. Like a romantic couple, they go to watch a terrible movie together under the same umbrella. They're the only ones in the theater, and they fully enjoy the moment. Reina spends the night at Haru's house, but they sleep on separate beds. While there, she notices the number 14 on a box and becomes curious, since the date is the 12th. She asks him why, but Haru doesn't answer. After hearing her words, Haru finally realizes something. He understands that he has only 14 days left to live. The next day, Haru loses interest in teaching and even forgets the lesson. He realizes the tumor is starting to affect his memory. Now, only 9 days are left. He has to choose between undergoing surgery or facing death. Haru hugs Reina and quietly breaks down in her arms. After thinking carefully, he makes a decision. He meets Misaki and gives her a photo meant for his funeral. Misaki wants him to go through the operation, but Haru doesn't want to be paralyzed or become a burden to anyone. Misaki asks if Reina knows about his illness. Haru says he doesn't want to hurt her. The next day, Haru tries to ignore Reina. She feels deeply hurt by his behavior. Standing outside his house, she shouts that she loves him, but Haru doesn't respond. We see the number 1 on a box, which means Haru's countdown will end tomorrow. The next day, Naomi arrives at the high school and attacks Reina with a knife. After injuring her, she runs toward the terrace, and Reina follows her. Naomi stands at the edge of the terrace. Reina rushes to stop her, but Naomi tells her it's too late. She says she killed her mother's boyfriend because he betrayed her mother and molested her. Naomi adds that their friendship was her greatest treasure. "I trusted you, but you used me and threw me away," she says. Reina apologizes and reaches out her hand to her. Naomi thanks her and then jumps from the terrace. Then Reina tells Yumi that she had asked Naomi to bully her so that Yumi would fall into her trap and join her dating club. Hearing this, Yumi becomes furious and ends her friendship with Reina. That night, Reina goes to Haru's house, but the house is empty. The only thing inside is a box in the middle of the room. The same cubes are in the box, but now they all show the number 0. A few days pass. One day at school, Reina tries to apologize to Yumi, but Yumi refuses to listen. Feeling overwhelmed, Reina faints. She is admitted to the hospital, and her friends tell her she fainted because of stress. Later, Yumi apologizes to her. Reina also tells her friends that the professor has been missing for several days without telling her, which has made her feel really depressed. There is no trace of him anywhere. Now, her friends try to seduce Haru's landlord to get Haru's address, but he doesn't tell them. The next day, Misaki comes to the hospital to meet Reina. Her friends emotionally manipulate Misaki. She tells Reina that Haru has transferred to another school. He now lives in another city and is busy with research. Reina tells Misaki that the photos Haru took brought them together. "Just by looking at the photos, I felt like we had a connection. I don't know what love is, but I have come to know one thing. We made for each other. But maybe Haru didn't feel the same way, so he left without telling me." Now Misaki gives Reina Haru's new address and phone number and tells her, "If you truly love him, then prove it." Finally, one day, Haru comes to meet Reina. He tells Reina, "Your friends took my class for 15 hours, so I had to come. You've got a good friend who cares for you." Reina says to Haru, "I want to tell you something about me. Maybe you'll start hating me after that." Now Reina tells her that when I was 14, someone molested me at a party, and I got pregnant. Afraid of the stigma, my parents didn't file a complaint, so I had an abortion. After that, everything about me changed. I began using men and bullying other girls around me. I even started blackmailing them. I pulled them into this paid dating business, but after meeting you, I realized something. There are actually men in this world who truly respect women. From you, I learned what love feels like, and also what the pain of separation is. Now that I've lived for 17 years, I've come to understand that love isn't easy. Haru tells her, "If you changed because of me, then that's a good thing. You still have your whole life ahead of you. You have good friends with you, so keep moving forward with confidence." Reina tells Haru that she loves him. Haru, however, says that there's no place for love in his life and that he just wants to be happy on his own. Hearing this, Reina holds back her feelings. The two, who had been sharing the same umbrella until now stand under separate umbrellas. Haru helps Reina onto the bus and says goodbye. But after the bus starts moving, Reina looks back through the window and sees Haru lying unconscious on the road. She immediately stops the bus and rushes to him. Haru is taken to the hospital in serious condition. The nurse asks Reina to call his family. Reina says that she is his family. Mistaking her for Haru's younger sister, the nurse arranges for her to see the doctor. The doctor tells Reina that Haru has a life-threatening tumor in his head, and there's no guarantee that surgery will save his life. Even if he survives, he could lose his memories. Reina then goes to meet Haru and asks him, "Those photos that accidentally ended up with me, you took them for your own funeral, right? You should have at least smiled in them." She continues, "Because we have the same surname, the nurse assumed I was your younger sister. And by the way, if you really want to die, just tell me. I'll kill you." Haru responds, "So that means if I had married you, I'd definitely be dead." Hearing that, Reina goes quiet. Haru says, "When I found out I was going to die, I started running away from life. I began living sadly and alone. But then you came into my life. Your childish side, your anger, and your innocence kept pulling me toward you. The more I tried to run away from you, the closer life pushed me back to you. In a moment like that, I was bound to fall in love with you. But a dying man doesn't get to hope for a new beginning. You made the last moments of my life happy, and you taught me what life actually means. Thank you for that." Hearing this, Reina becomes emotional and tells Haru, "This isn't the end of our life. This is the beginning." Crying, Haru tells her that he wants to live with her. But who can change fate? Now Reina asks him to go ahead with the surgery. Haru asks her, "What's the point of living a life where I can't even recognize you?" Reina tells him, "I'll remind you of all our moments together." Haru asks, "What if I end up paralyzed? Will you still be with me?" Reina says, even then, I'll stay with you. Haru then says, I don't want to be a burden on anyone. Reina replies, love is never a burden, and keeping people positive is literally my specialty. Haru tells her, if something happens to me during the operation, you should always stay positive in life. I'll be watching over you from above. Reina promises him, and Haru finally agrees to go through with the operation. Reina gives Haru his special box, where she has placed the two zero-shaped cubes because together they look like the infinity symbol. And infinity means something that never ends. After that, Haru is taken into the operating room. A few days pass. Reina turns 18 and attends her graduation. After that, she goes to the hospital to see Haru. This is her first time seeing him since his operation. She decides to approach Haru the same way they first met, hoping he'll recognize her. Deliberately, she throws away her umbrella in the heavy rain. Seeing the rain makes her remember their first meeting. Just then, Haru arrives, but he doesn't recognize her. When he opens his umbrella and starts to leave, Reina asks him to drop her off at the station. Haru takes her to the station and asks where she's going. Reina replies, I'm going to Tokyo for good. Haru says goodbye and leaves. Reina's eyes start to fill with tears. She arrives on the platform, getting soaked in the rain. Just then, Haru comes up from behind and holds an umbrella over her head. He asks, why do I feel like there's a connection between us? Reina cries and hugs him tightly. Haru hugs her back. The mind may forget everything, but it can never forget true love. And that's where the movie ends. If you had fun watching, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.